Well, welcome to another Sunrise Business Mastermind, and we are at the Coachella Valley SCORE office at 43100 Palm Desert, or 43100 Cook Street in Palm Desert. For those of you not familiar with SCORE, SCORE is an incredibly deep well of knowledge and successful people that our tax dollars help pay for what they provide. And what do they provide? Well, they provide tremendous services like coaching, mentoring, in all areas, from anything from how to write a business plan to social media marketing to you name it. If you can think about it, there are people here. Now, here in the local office, we have about 40 people and growing, and nationwide there's over 13,000. So let's say, for instance, you come in and let's say you, for some reason, you stump one of the mentors that are with you. By the way, there's always two in the room with you to help you out so that they can really see both sides of the story. But let's say they don't have the exact thing you need to hear. Well, what will happen is they'll get on the phone or they'll pull somebody in on a computer and they'll get them there over the 13,000. So it's an incredible thing. Now, here's the coolest part about it. There is no charge. It's free for you to attend. And they put on things just like we're doing this morning, which is called Sunrise Business Mastermind, which we've been doing now for 2.5 years, almost 3 seasons. And typically it's very well attended. We do it online. So that way, Amy, by the way, Amy is working behind the counter, if you will. So if you have questions or comments, just communicate there and she'll bring us right in live. So today we're going to talk about power moves of video. And video is an amazing product. Now for us, our business called Swing Point Media, that really is our business. We make videos. And over the last, 5 years, we've probably made almost really close to 4,000 videos for clients including ourselves, as well as many clients in the Coachella Valley and beyond. So we have a little bit of knowledge about video, but we don't just stop there. We take it and not just build the video, but we also market the video for you. So when we talk from this platform today, it's going to be a little different from, hey, we're not going to show you exactly how to do it. We're going to kind of dive into that and give you some ideas. But today we're going to talk about the power moves of video. And then along with us is Andrew McCauley. And Andrew owns a company called Autopilot Your Business. And just like it says, he autopilots your business. So imagine you're going to bed tonight, and while you're sleeping, he's helped you orchestrate a way so it's making money 24/7. Anybody out there want to make money 24/7? Yeah, Andrew's raising his hand. So anyway, so that's what he does, and you can reach him at autopilotyourbusiness.com. And we've already talked about Coachella Valley SCORE. So today we want to talk about a few facts that kind of, I say, that will tickle your inspiration. Online video is now accounting for 50% of all mobile traffic. Now, when you think about that, we're talking about traffic on your iPhone or your iPad or your Android, some kind of mobile device. So right now, 50% of all traffic is mobile. Now think about that. Do you ever leave your home anymore without your phone? I know when I leave, it's almost like, even today when I walked out, my wife says, did you get your phone? Because it's like that last little checklist. We live with these things. It's no longer just a phone. Let's face it, it is our world on our phone. The next thing is 65% of all video viewers watch more than 3/4 of videos. That's exciting because what happens, it used to be one of those things, if you didn't have a cat video swinging on the ceiling fan or a baby picture, chances are people weren't watching that. Now, when you put a video up there, 3/4 of the video is being watched by those that have sought you out. That's pretty impressive. So when you think about that, when do you want to get your message out there? Well, you want to get it out in that first portion of that video. Don't wait till the very end. Used to be typically a video would have a call to action, and we would put it at the end of the video. Well, now it's not a bad idea to put it at the beginning and then again at the middle and then at the end, so you can capture some of that. So again, 65% of all viewers are watching 3/4 of the videos that are out there. And I say, hey, are you seeing the vision? Well, first of all, I want to ask, hey, how many people watch online videos in a typical week? What do you think?
10.
10%. What do you think back there?
About 25.
About 25%. Here's amazing. 78% of people watch online video weekly. And it's even more. In fact, I'll give you a little stat that's not up here. About 4 months ago, people who watch online video actually surpassed the amount of people who watch cable television for the first time ever. And I think it's even moving more. Even before we started today, Ron from SCORE was talking about that. He said, hey, I think we ought to put the debates. Well, I think he was referring to Ben Carson, who said we had to move the debates off of national television or cable television and put them online. Wow, what a concept. Why wouldn't you do that? Because now you're reaching the entire globe and we can watch it, and the stats we can track are so much more precise on that. And also it allows us for interaction. So we know that about 70% of people watch video on a weekly basis. But what about daily? How many people watch a video daily? 55% of people watch videos online every day. Now, keep this in mind. 55% of all humans on the earth, okay, watch videos every day. Are you using video? I mean, if not, why not? What kind of thing do you need that motivates you to go? Over half the people on this planet watch videos every day. Good morning. So wait, there's some other things. More than 80% of senior executives watch more online video today than did a year ago. So what does that mean? The people making decisions, these senior executives in basically any business, are watching more online videos than they did a year ago. 75% of business executives watch work-related videos at least weekly. So what does that mean? They watch work-related videos weekly. Well, that means, you know what, if you had something, let's say, for instance, if you were trying to reach a business, okay, and what's your business, ma'am?
Real estate.
Real estate. Okay, so let's say, for instance, I'm trying to get to you, or you're trying to get to me, right? You're trying to get to me, all right? So what kind of videos would you send out to business executives that they would watch that would be beneficial to them, but also draw them back to you?
Well, my business is buying and selling homes.
Cool.
So I would have to address their need for a home or to sell a home.
Okay, so as an example, let's say, for instance, if you made a video that said, hey, these are 3 critical mistakes when buying a home, right? Mm-hmm. Avoid them. And it's a little 3-minute video. Would that be something that they might want to watch? If I'm in a business of buying a home and you're in a business of selling, and you could share that?
To executives.
You might be shocked.
You know, to executives, it would probably be stated a little bit different than saying, you know, mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Here's
that
the
would be to like an individual buyer.
Okay.
But maybe like an executive would not want to be told that they didn't know everything.
Well, here's the thing. Psychologically, we'll do more to avoid pain than we'll be able to gain pleasure.
Oh, okay.
So here's the thing. The psychological behind this is I want to make sure if I'm making those buying decisions, if I'm an executive mm-hmm. and I'm thinking about buying property, I want to make sure to avoid those mistakes. Right. Because I don't want to be calling the carpet and said, hey, Jeff, why didn't you avoid that mistake number 3? You had the video in your inbox. So when you do things like that, now it's not all negative, but you can put out there the 3 things to avoid, or the 7 mistakes, 7 common mistakes a homeowner will make after closing the deal, or something of that nature. So when you're putting work-related videos out there, it has to appeal to them, not tell them about your business, but how it would help them.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And 75% of business executives are watching that at least weekly. 54% of senior executives share work-related videos with colleagues each week. So now what happens with video, let's say, for instance, you send me that video, and I know Andrew back there is also a real estate investor. In fact, I know he is. I'm thinking, man, this doesn't apply to me right now, but maybe Andrew would. Over half the time, I'm going to share that with other colleagues at work. Mm-hmm. Powerful. And here's another one. 59% of senior executives agree that if both text and video are available, they prefer to watch video. So if you're just doing text all the time, email, or even handing them a flyer, over half of them, almost 60% have said, hey, I'd rather watch a video because I can hear your voice. I can hear the tonality in your voice. I can see you. I get to know you a little bit. And it's more entertaining than just a static piece of paper. Okay, and these are recent. This is just this is off of HubSpot. This was just stats for 2015 out in October. So these are fresh. So how would you use video? Well, 93% of marketers use video for online marketing, sales, and communication. Okay, so that's what they do. 96%, if you're going B2B, are planning to use video in their content marketing strategies moving forward, whether it's on their blog post, it's YouTube posting, it's Facebook, it's Twitter, whatever it is. 96% of people who go B2B, in other words, back to those executives, they plan on using video in that very strategy. Okay. Do you use video right now in your business? No.
I'm really new at it.
Cool. You're right where you need to be.
I've been a realtor just for 4 months.
Okay.
Almost 5.
Where you come from?
Originally, I'm from Georgia. That's why I talk funny. But
I didn't think you talk funny. I love your voice. That's why I keep asking you questions.
But I've been in the Coachella Valley for 15 years.
Okay. All right. You haven't lost your Georgian accent.
Oh Lord, when I came here, you couldn't understand me at all.
I love it. I used to, speaking of property, I used to buy property, and I owned a lot of property in Mississippi, and I love going down there because I grew up in West Texas, so it's like going home, only a little further east. 52% believe it's an excellent brand awareness tool. So every time you put that video out there and you put your branding along the bottom, or you have an opening banner that says, what's the name of your company? Or what would be the name of your company?
Well, I'm with Binion DeVille.
Oh, okay, good. They just reopened, right?
Actually, the Binion and DeVille owned all of Southern California Windermere.
Yes, they did.
So they just changed the name.
Yeah. So now they're on their own. So technically, we think it's a brand new place, but it's not. So could they use that for branding, rebranding? And because we've been thinking it's Windermere, right? Because now we drive in and say, what happened to Windermere? They go out of business? That's a yes or yes. That's our first thought. They've all gone out of business. But if we now took that same video, if you will, it's an excellent process to rebrand that. The new home of, it's like saying, formerly known as Prince. We couldn't say the name, right? We couldn't say his name. It was some kind of symbol, but formerly known. It's a rebranding process. 52% of the executives say, hey, that's an excellent way to do it. 45% believe it's a fantastic lead generation. And we know that for realtors. As an example, here's an interesting stat. You may not know this. If you have a video, let's say and we do this a lot, let's say we have a video about a home tour video, and you put it up, it increases your lead generation by 450% because it's working for you all the time. Because we would rather shop online. I hear it all the time, right? I mean, you say, hey, I walk into your business and I've already made my decision because I did my homework before. Yes, ma'am.
This process makes me wonder if realtors even have a future.
I think we still like that touch, but we would like to say, let me do my research before because I can do it kind of anonymously at 10 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock in the morning and wake up and say, okay, I'm ready to go. Now I know who to call because now I know, like, and trust that person a little better because I've heard you, I've seen you, and I've seen what's happening on the video, if you will. And now I can pick up the phone and say, tell me your name again. Helen. I can say, Helen, listen, I've been watching your stuff and I saw that video about the property at 1234 Main Street. Are you available this morning to go show it to me? And you're like, well, yeah, I'm a higher qualified client than if I just knock on your door or walk in your office. I think the way we're going to be doing business as realtors is going to change dramatically. I don't think they'll ever go away. It's almost like travel agents. We thought, hey, travel agents are going to go away, right? Because we can do all that online. We still use a travel agent. We go on a bigger trip, we use a travel agent because it kind of takes that pressure. We say, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to go. You go do it. We like that. Okay. So I think you've got a secure future unless you live in the past. You think, hey, I'm going to do open houses. I'm just going to hand out brochures. I'm going to knock on doors. That's pretty tough because even nowadays, people knock on my door. Quite frankly, when the FedEx guy knocks on my door, before I even go to the door, I look out of my office window because it's right there and I can see who's coming. I won't even open the door. And if I can't tell who it is, I'm probably going to say, you know what? I don't need to be bothered right now. They'll leave their message and then I'll deal with it. So even knocking on doors the days of those are really, I think that's changed.
Oh, pretty much.
Yeah. So 42% believe it's powerful for online engagement. Now here's a cool example. We'll show you here in a few minutes where even in this video, if someone's watching and they had a question, they could send that in and interact with us right now from anywhere on the planet that has an internet connection, and we can respond to them right now. So as an example, Linda didn't have to come in. She could have watched this online and been just as engaged there. We see that more and more and more, and we call them webinars. You've probably seen those before, webinars. We're now starting to do live webcasts where we actually, one of our clients, every Friday afternoon, we're going to have a live webcast of his show starting in a couple of weeks. And that's totally engaging. That's interactive, and they'll do all those things. So it's like having your own TV station. Yeah.
As a realtor, actually, you can have your own live show where you show clips from each of your properties every Friday afternoon, get people ready for the weekend.
Yeah. If I were a realtor, here's a little tip. This is what I do. And you see what we have set up here. We have a little over $100 webcam up there, which is a high definition 1080p. That's our web camera. We have this $60 microphone, right? And then you just have your laptop and you have a connection for high-speed internet, and you can, you take your hotspot with you. Amy sometimes runs it just off her phone. But here's what you can do. Let's say, for instance, you had something like this going on. Why wouldn't you say, I'm going to do an open house, but I'm going to do a virtual, live, interactive open house. And to view it, guess how you have to view it? You have to give me your name and email address. Lead generation. Lead generation. Online engagement. Hey, Helen, would you do me a favor? Would you go back and show me how much room there is in the pantry? I certainly will, Bob. Boom, you're back in there. And all of a sudden now, instead of waiting around at an open house, who maybe no one will come, right? And if they do, it could be your worst 8 hours of the day, right? Now you might say, hey, I'm going to do a live virtual open house at 10, 2, and 4. And it's for 30 minutes. And now you do those virtual open houses. And now all of a sudden you're going, wow, I got 5 people here, 5 people here, and 10 people here. Well, now all of a sudden you're going, well, I got 20 new potential leads, and I can start interacting with them because I have their name and their email address. And I know they enjoyed this, right? And there's all kinds of things. But if I were you in a real estate agency right now, I would do that. That's cutting edge. No one is doing it. We know for a fact. Okay? So that's a cool way to do that. And it's inexpensive.
Have you seen the 3-dimensional floor plans that people can click onto and go and look in places?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That's really nice.
That's pretty cool. But see, here's the thing. Nothing takes away the interaction with that agent. Right. It's almost like saying when you go to a website and it seems to have all the answers, but don't you sometimes just want to talk to somebody? Well, there's that live chat. We see that more and more. I had that the other day, and I said, I just want to chat with somebody, make sure the button I'm pushing, I'm pretty technologically savvy. I want to know, is that what I'm supposed to do? And they confirmed it, and away we went. Took me just a few minutes. Yes, ma'am.
I was thinking too, with the Hangout, the person on the other side watching can kind of be anonymous. Like if I don't really want to talk to you, I can sit there and watch and enjoy myself. Whereas if I went to a live open house, I have to actually interact with you. So it kind of has that benefit too.
That's it. Because you know yourself, Helen. As an example, sometimes if there's a couple already in there looking at the house and another couple comes in, do they or do they not feel like they're invading somebody's privacy? And when you're going in one room, we go the other way, so we don't meet up. Now you can take the whole group through there and everybody's together. But I never bump shoulders with that other couple. But I can get involved, and the only people who are seeing that are you, the questions, and you're responding back, and it may answer the question over here for Linda, right? To help make a decision.
That would be interesting. You'd have a live open house without any real person there.
Just like this when you walked in, right? Yeah. We're still doing it because we have a lot of people online who may be watching this. And then we record it, and then we say, well, now here's a cool thing. That also becomes, in this situation, that becomes a recorded moment. And as soon as it's done, guess where it goes? It goes on YouTube. Does that help your ranking as the authority in your marketplace? You betcha. Well, now if all of a sudden let's say you went to a homeowner and you say, this is something we offer, but now 10 other realtors have come through there that want to list their home. They've never mentioned that. Does that make you stand out as something different? You bet it does. So video is very powerful. Lead generation, online engagement, and brand awareness. Because every time that goes on there, if you were to watch this live, you would see on there, it has something like Sunrise Business Manager. It's branded on our video. Can't be taken off. We own that, right? So you can see that.
Oh, I see.
And she can change that. So if the topic changes, she can change that lower third on there. And it is so simple. And the service, free. How cool is that?
How is it free?
Because we're using Google. We're using the platform Google, and then it puts it onto YouTube, and they own YouTube. So they want all that to happen. And when you look up something online, this is a little off track, but when you look up something online, who delivers you the answer? Like if you're on Google search, who delivers you the answer?
Either Google or Firefox.
Right. So let's say we're on Google.
Search engine. Yeah.
Exactly. So Google's a search engine, right? So if you're recording this like we are here, and then it goes to YouTube, and we immediately update it on our Google Plus, our social sharing site, Google sees that's relevant, it's fresh, it's new, and it's a good search return item. So now all of a sudden, if I'm looking saying, hey, I'm looking for the best video for business video, boom, all of a sudden this shows up. Now here's the difference. You could have written a magnificent article, and it's on there. Ours has a little thumbnail, a little video thumbnail to the side. We're 2 times more likely to click on that thumbnail search return than we are all those written. So now, if you just did that home tour review and you put that up there, and I'm looking for the best 3-bedroom, 2-family homes in Palm Desert, South Palm Desert, and there's a whole bunch of returns, but you're the only one up there with a thumbnail and has a video. Remember, 59% of even executives would rather watch a video. We're even higher. We'd rather watch videos, right? So you just start to own that property, if you will, that search return. So it's very, very powerful, and it's all done in one step. Even if you just add the word video to the subject line, Linda, you have to have a video in there. It boosts the rate by 19%. So if you want higher open rates, add a video to your email. And then say it in the subject line for your email. Are you starting to see where this is kind of going? Yeah. So how do you get started? Well, first of all, you need to know your outcome. Hey, why are we doing this? Like as an example, this morning, why are we videotaping it? Well, part of it is because we want to archive this. We can put it back on the Coachella Valley site, SCORE site. And again, that boosts their search engine optimization, because every week we're putting a new video up there, right? Fresh, unique, and relevant content. That's what Andrew would talk about. You have to have fresh, unique, and relevant content. Andrew, if we don't put up fresh stuff on their site very often, what tends to happen? What's the process on that?
Your information will disappear. Google won't show it in the search results anymore.
Because it just gets stale?
Because it's stale. And Google think that if nobody's looking at it or there's nothing changing, the owner won't even like it either. So they're going to just think, well, no one's interested in that content. We're not going to show that in the search results.
Well, it's interesting they have that power to take it away.
What's their business?
It's their business. Yeah.
You do what they want. That's their whole entire business.
Give you a perfect example. We've been working with a gal here in the desert, and Amy just shared this with you this morning. So I may get a little off, but it's pretty close. We've been doing her videos now for a year, a year, and every week we put new content on there. Every week, fun, exciting stuff, and we send out to her database. We don't put anyplace else, just her database. But her database has grown by 1,000 people in a year. Now, just for fun, just do the math. Let's say, for instance, her average sale, when a customer walks through the door, let's just make it easy, $10, okay, $10. And let's say that 1,000 people spend that extra $10 just every 6 months. How much does that add to her bottom line?
1,000 times 10,000.
Times 2, right? So that added 20,000. What more did she have to do? Did she have to run any ads? Did she have to get out and have one of those sign spinners out there? Did she have to go to more Chamber of Commerce meetings? Or did she just add more people to her database? Now, you and I both know when you sell a house, it's worth a lot more than $10, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So every one of those leads, I mean, I got to be honest. I've looked at a lot of homes in my day. When my wife and I go back out, there are times we just like to go to open houses. We like to look at the new design. But most of the time when we walk into a home, we've already kind of thought, hey, we're thinking about buying a new home. So we're not just tire kicking. We're not wasting the time. But if you think, I said, what if all of a sudden you had 1,000 leads over the next year that you generated, Helen? And then 1,000, how many would you have to sell those 1,000 to say you had a successful year in real estate? If you had 1,000 leads of, say, let's just say only half of those were real. You only had 500. How many of those would have to turn into a sale for you to say, I had a good year?
About 20.
20. What kind of percent? That's 4%. 4%. And you're in the Hall of Fame. That's pretty cool, right? Video will help you do that because you can use video to keep in touch with them, keep them fresh, and that you're active. You know what's going on, right? And that's where it comes back to that, the mistakes that you make as a homeowner, what to do when you're closing, how to look at the documents. And you can be that expert in it. So when they come to you, you know what? You've already pre-educated them. Oh yeah, I remember watching that video, Helen. You talked about, how to make sure to sign on the back and make sure the inspection, I get 17 days, that kind of, they know that because you've educated them. You are the expert. You are the authority. And then, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share those videos with other people that I know are probably, you'd never know, right? But they're in my database. Any idea, Linda, how many people, because you've been there before, how many people on average, everyone has names in their database? What's the number?
I would say 300 to 500.
Pretty close, 250. So what if they only send out to 10%? wow, that's a lot of people that I've exposed you to that you never knew. And all of a sudden you get a phone call. Hey, Helen, Linda sent me this video. I thought it was great. I was in the market for a home. Are you available today? And you're like, well, yeah, right? I don't know where she came from, but it's a referral. We know referrals are very strong, don't they? Or aren't they? So that's another thing. So know your outcome. Why are you making these videos? We talked about this. This is to help the SEO or search engine optimization for SCORE, as well as to be a resource when they have, let's say when they have counseling sessions or mentoring sessions with people, and somebody says, well, what about video? Wow, let's go watch one on our website. It becomes this archive site, a library for them, okay? So you know your outcome. The next one is script your content and message. I see this all the time where somebody says, let's just turn on the iPad and let's shoot a video. And then it's a lot of ums and ahs, and you're taking us down this rabbit hole, and I feel like I'm on an adventure with Alice in Wonderland. At least get it down, like this right here. At least get it down, so now you can be very specific with what you're talking about, because you've got about 4 to 7 seconds to capture my attention when that first comes on, okay? And I need to see that you're not going to be these kind of person. So if you're very direct and you put on there, and you're attracting the people you're looking for, and you're saying, let's say for instance it is a real estate, and they are looking to avoid those mistakes. You talk about that right away, because I want to know, did I click on that video and is it going to answer my question? I'm going to say something like, I'm glad you joined me. We're going to cover today in detail the 7 disastrous mistakes the average homeowner will buy. And I want to make sure to cover those with you before you make a decision that will save you tens of thousands, if not even more, in money. Stay with me. I'll be right back. Well, now have I confirmed that, hey, that's what you're looking for?
I watch that. I love stuff like that.
Yeah. So now, then I come back and say, hey, my name is Helen, and I'm from Georgia. That's why I have this cool accent. But I'm here in the Coachella Valley right now, and I have a great program. But I want to share with you number 7. We'll start from 7 up, and we get to number 1. It's going to blow your mind, and then you just build it up, right? Put some slides up there. Next thing you know, here's the cool thing. Does that become a selling piece for you? Over and over and over and over. It's out there working 24/7. While you're sleeping or you're at you're partying or whatever you're doing, that thing is working. And people like Amy and Andrew and Linda and Ron, they're all researching to say, hey, I'm thinking about buying a house. Ooh, I want to avoid these mistakes, right? Okay. So script your content and message. Try to keep it in a 3 to 4 minute time range. It can be longer. It depends on your topic. As an example, if I'm a doctor talking about how to cure diabetes and somebody's out there looking for it, this is something that could change their life. I mean, besides living in a new home, this could change their life. You've got my attention. If you can help me and cure me, I'm in 20, 30 minutes if it needs to be. Don't bore me. Give me good content, okay? Always have a call to action. Now, remember we talked about the 3/4 of your video are being watched now? Used to be we'd say, hey, make sure at the end to put a call to action. If you wait till the end, you may miss that opportunity because people aren't watching, maybe not watching the entire video. They've gotten what they need. Now, why do you think they only watch 3/4 of the video?
They just don't have enough time.
What else, Ron? That's a good one. What else?
Get bored with it.
Get bored. What else, Andrew? Yep. Amy?
They got their answer.
They got their answer. What do you think, Helen?
Well, I think with the way that 30-second and 60-second commercials are these days, they get so much information so quickly that people are attuned to getting stuff quick, really fast.
Yeah. It may be what you said, Amy. I've already gotten my answer and I'm out, right? I'm out. It's like if you go into Starbucks and they have a lot of things in Starbucks, right? But if you're only going in there for a coffee and a blueberry scone, which sounds really good right now, coffee and a blueberry scone, do I kind of delete all the other stuff, the orange juice and the water and the muffins? Yeah, I deleted that. I got what I wanted. I'm out of here. Versus somebody that might go, let's say Linda goes in and she's going to have lunch there. She has a different mindset. So she's not getting the whole buffet or she's getting a whole buffet of things. I'm getting very specific. Same thing with video. So if you give your answer up front along with your calls to actions, chances are you're going to get a higher rate of conversion and interaction. If you wait till the very end, you're going, geez, you know what? Ron comes back to me and says, Jeff, these videos are great, but you know what? Nobody's clicking through. Well, let's take a look at it. Well, Ron, looking at the statistics on the video, your video is 4 minutes, and at 3 minutes, they're dropping off, and you're not even asking them to buy till that 3-minute, 30-second. You don't get a chance to say, right? It'd be like if I'm talking here and I had this thing and we're going to sell you at the end, and about 10 minutes before we get done, you leave. It's like being at church, and just about the time they're ready to pass the plate, you get up and leave.
Oh, a lot of people do.
Not at my church, but
I
anyway.
know.
So put it at the beginning. Ask for that at the beginning. Hey, wouldn't it be nice if I said, hey, I want you to know, Helen, when we're done here, I'm going to ask you to buy my product and services. The reason is because I know it's going to help you make a better decision in the person of your home. It's going to save you tens of thousands of dollars. Is that okay? And you can say that. Thank you. So let's get started. So now it's not a surprise, right? Excuse me. Be consistent with frequency. If you put out one video and never put out another video again and go, God, this video stuff's just not working. No kidding. It's like brushing your teeth, Linda, once in your life, and all of a sudden when you're 27, all your teeth fall out. I exercised once. What's the deal? I don't have a six-pack. I got a keg. That's not the deal.
Taking one breath for the whole day.
Exactly. It better be a deep one, right?
Yeah.
It's not chest, it's diaphragm. So be consistent with your frequency. Try to get into, now when I say consistent, you have to do 2 or 3 a week. Although if you're YouTube, you're trying to be YouTube, talking to people who are successful on YouTube said, you need to have at least 2 come out a week. Now, it doesn't mean you have to have, excuse me, you have tweezers? It's up in my throat. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm good. So here's the thing. If you put out something 2 a week, you're going, oh, yeah. Andrew, when we made the, was it Slump Buster? No, Tool Time Tip Tuesdays. When we went into studio, how many would we shoot at a time?
Close to 10.
10.
We got 2 hours.
See? Because if you're going to set up and get dressed up and get my hair all right, because it's not easy to look as good as I am. So what you have to do is all of a sudden you're saying, hey, let's set up and let's do like 10 of those. So we write that topic down. What's the outcome? We know the script, and we'll say, okay, we're going to talk about autoresponders, and we're going to talk about blogging, and we're going to do all these, and we're going to film them all at one time, and then we're done for how long?
6 months.
Yeah, we're done, because ours comes out once a week, right? So we come out once a week. When we do etiquette moments, how many would we shoot at one time?
Maybe 6.
Yeah, because it took a little longer. Those were 4 or 5 minutes, and we had to go to different locations.
What is etiquette moments?
Well, we did that for golf.
It's great.
For golf.
Oh,
Very nice.
Yeah, so if you like to play golf, but you're not sure how to play golf, not hitting the ball, but hey, how do I dress? Where do I stand? What do I say? How do I mark a ball? We talk about all that stuff.
Interesting.
So we made those videos, but we'd make them in advance, so we weren't like, hey, we got to film every Monday. That became a drudgery. That was a job. But if you do a lot at one time, then you can knock these out. So you might say, hey, the first Monday of every month, you're going to videotape your videos, right? You're going to set your little thing up. You can even do it on an iPad. Do you have an iPad?
Not yet.
Do you have an iPhone? Or do you have a phone with a camera on it?
I have a flip phone.
Okay, so let's say, for instance, I just read this the other day, and I'm fascinated with it. Amy will tell you. Now it's been updated. It does 4K resolution, which is amazing. And you can videotape, and we'll talk about this, you can videotape, you can edit, and you can upload it all from right here.
Yeah,
Wow.
my next sale, I'm getting one of those.
It's amazing.
But the Black Friday's coming up. I'm gonna look for that.
The what?
Black Friday?
Oh,
Before
yeah.
Thanksgiving?
Go Amazon.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Okay.
so be consistent, and that's the way you do it. And then what you can do is you can actually put those, whether it's on YouTube or your website or your blog, whatever, then schedule them to come out, let's say once a week or once every other week. It's best to at least be consistent. If you're going to post once every other week, make sure you post once every other week. Because what will happen is you'll train us that, hey, every other Monday, I'm going to get your video from Helen. And all of a sudden there's like, no Helen video. Maybe not. The next week, no Helen video. I'll quit looking for you. And then a month later, I'll get a video from Helen. That's spam. Because I'll forget who you are, right? So this is a great way to keep top of mind.
Yeah,
Does this make sense?
But that's what we had other classes, and what I liked what they taught us is that they can do all these things, all at once. But the way that you learn how to schedule it ahead of time, it's done, and then it automatically comes on the day that you scheduled it.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Because we've got
that's
nail
cool.
appointments. I got to get my hair done. We're living life, right? We can't be standing in front of the camera the whole time. All right, so 2 simple and robust tools. This is where it kind of gets down to, hey, how do I do this? YouTube. YouTube should be your best friend. Here's some stats on YouTube. 4 billion viewers a day. It's a free platform to host this stuff. So if somebody says, well, I can't afford this. Baloney. It's never, like you said, hey, you're new to this? Fabulous. Because when we started, it was tens of thousands of dollars to get started. Now you can do it for free. I see people who are filmmakers using their iPhones and iPads, and they're making some incredible videos. Meanwhile, we've got this high-end, camera equipment that we still use a lot because we're not going to walk in. If you pay us a couple $1,000s to make a video, and we walk in with our iPad, and you're going, what is this? And a couple of flashlights, right? But it does the job. Well, we have to come in and look the part, right?
Yeah.
The music is available on there. One of the things that you want to use with all your videos is music. Music helps set the tone. As an example, Linda, when's the last time do you listen to the music in your car?
Yes, all the time.
Sometimes a song come on and it just triggers emotions. You're going, God, I haven't had those in a while.
Yeah, Tina Turner.
Exactly. Right. Well, I can see her. She's got some great legs.
I know.
Anyway, so the music is free on there. So if you're saying, well, I can't find any music, it's all there. The editing, you can edit your videos right on YouTube, right on your iPad before you send it up there. You can put on-screen call to actions like you saw there. You can put those on your videos. They're called annotations, but you can put those on there. So even when you're talking about something else, you can say, hey, make sure to take advantage of my special this month at 43110 Springdale Drive, right? And there's all kinds of stuff you can do with this. Okay, so that's the platform you put your videos on. To get it, like we said, your mobile phone, you probably have a great camera. Like I said, that's 4K. How much does a 4K camera run now if we went out to B&H? If we just got a basic 4K camera. $2,000-$3,000?
Yeah.
Easily $2,000 or $3,000. And it has no editing software. It's just a capture device. You can do it on your phone now. It has a great camera. Here's one thing you want to do, though, is you want to get extended audio. So you can go, and don't get crazy, this is probably going to set you back less than $30.
Oh,
It's an audio tech. It's a wired microphone. The new microphone they have, it used to be one of those things where you had to buy an adapter, right? You had to buy an adapter and put on here and then plug in because it would sense, hey, there's external monitor or external sound. Now, the new wired microphone, it already has that adapter into it. And you can get now 8-10 feet away. You can put it on a tripod like that. You can shoot your own video. Bang, you're done. Okay? So sound, people will click off your videos, Linda, faster with poor sound than they will with poor video. So if you're on there and I can't hear you,
oh, yeah.
it's really poor quality sound, like scratchy or there's background noise, I'm going to click off you. Even though it may be the actual answer I'm looking for, I can't stand to listen to it.
You know what's even worse?
What's that?
Bad acting.
Bad acting. How am I doing this morning?
You're doing great.
Okay, good. You're right, it is. But if you script it, chances are because let's think about this. If you're talking about real estate, are you acting or you are the realtor?
Well, if you're in the moment with great enthusiasm, it'll work.
Yeah.
That's how kids do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why you can't keep your eyes off kids and dogs.
Yeah.
They're in the moment.
Yeah. But here's the thing. If I'm trying to sell you something that's not my product, I have to act, correct? Yes. So if all of a sudden I'm trying to sell you something that I don't even do, let's say, for instance, Ron, as an example, let's say because you had a place at the street fair, yes? Okay, so you had a product there. What was the product? Do you mind if I ask?
Yarn and jewelry.
Yarn and jewelry. All of a sudden, I have to act like I'm an authority on yarn and jewelry. I couldn't even tell you about it. Look at the amount of jewelry I wear. That's it, my wedding ring. And I have this band on there that says "Live with Passion." Beyond that, okay, I wear an earring now. No, I don't. So anyway, so if I had to do that, I have to act the part. But this is stuff, Helen, I do every day. This stuff we're talking about, Amy and Andrew and I, we do this every day. So there's no acting. We're passionate about it because we know how it works because we live in it. See, and that's what, when it comes to real estate, if that's your day-to-day, if you say career, there is no acting. This is what you do. You see over time that, yeah, these are mistakes that people make. They come to me and they haven't even thought about their budget. They haven't even put any money aside. They're thinking, what are they going to, they're good looks. If they can fog a mirror, they can get a house. Those days are gone for now, right? They have to be more prepared. Before they come to me, they should get pre-qualified. These are the kind of mistakes. You should be writing these down because these are pretty good off the top of the head. And you should have these, right? And you start noticing this, and all of a sudden, that's your unique video that you're passionate about. And when you're standing up here in front of the video camera, bang, you knock it out of the park. So there is no acting. But you're right, bad acting. We'll turn that off, okay? Get a tripod. Nobody wants to see you saying, "Oh, I can hold this," you know. And my 73-year-old grandmother's holding it up there, right? And it looks like I was in earthquake. Someone says, "Was it a 4.2 or 4.3 that day?" What are you talking about? It was my grandma holding that. Get a tripod, okay? If you shoot alone, get a selfie stick. Those are, if you've seen those,
Yeah.
you put your phone on there, your iPad, you push that thing out, and you hold it down like this. When we first got it, did I not, Andrew, run through the parking lot at Panda Express to see if it was smooth? I ran through the parking lot because I wanted to see how stable this thing was. And here again, Helen, here's a big investment, about $40. So now, could this be great for you walking through a home? You have that on there, you have your phone on the front, it's facing that way. You've got your mic on, you don't have to be on camera. It's you walking people through the home.
I love it.
And you can do this same thing that we're doing right here with your camera, or excuse me, with your phone, with the mic, and you can have a live presentation. And you can save when it's done, save. Nothing to do. Like when Amy's done with this, Amy, do you have to do anything special to make it go to YouTube? Nothing. Nothing. And it automatically goes to Google Plus? Nothing. That's it. We're done. We're done. So we get a selfie stick. It's best to shoot with a compadre, right? Because now you're kind of on, instead of thinking about the camera and the sound, you're thinking about the message, right? Does that make sense? And you can use a free app called Capture. Now, Capture is from YouTube, but you just go to the App Store and get Capture. And it's faster than it used to be. And, whoops. Somebody's looking at my video. They wants to do some work for them. Sorry. These things are just working 24/7. What can I say?
That's beautiful.
So you have this Capture app. Okay. So right here,
Yeah.
and you tap that baby, and here in a second, you can go live. As soon as I hit that, I'm recording. So as an example, if we're over here, see, now we've got this.
Okay.
We say, all right, we're going to turn this around. But if we want to make it go the other way, and we're over there on that side, and we're doing that home tour, you hit that, you have your mic on, and you're walking people right through the house. You know, imagine driving this home and being able to put your car in this oversized 2-car garage, and then walking around your home and having that security that, you know, when you're getting groceries and you're walking the house, you have to worry about what's going on behind you because the garage door's closed, you're safe in your home. And it has a full alarm system in it. You know, you're taking them through the house, right, with this kind of thing. I'm living there now, right? Okay, so you do that. Now, any questions so far?
No, very good.
So here's a bonus for you, okay? And this is probably right now maybe the hottest app out there. But again, it's only what, maybe 3 months old, Andrew, Periscope?
March, right?
Yeah, nearly 90 days.
90 days, okay. It's called Periscope. You ever heard of Periscope?
Not in this sense.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, this one is 6 months old.
6 months old. So it's really old in the internet world. But the cool thing about it is they keep evolving and making it better and better. You can use with your phone or mobile device. You can even use it on your computer. Okay, it's a free downloadable app. Again, free, no restriction. I'm just gonna
That's nice.
It makes as many videos as you want. There's no storage restrictions. Okay, the video is interactive. So I'm just gonna open this up and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. It's called Periscope. And this is one of those things. I was at a function the other day, and we just fired this baby up. And what happens is, these people they've made these short videos departing the runway. I don't know why. They just think that's important. They've got people watching them, so they do this departing the runway.
You mean the runway at the airport?
Apparently, yeah, departing the runway. So now it shows, oh, they're in a private plane. Well, that's kind of cool. Okay, so they're showing us departing the runway. It's a little cloudy. I don't know if I'd fly in that heavy overcast. But here's what happens. Now watch. See, people are following.
Right now.
Okay, yep. And then let's say, for instance, if I like that, see the little hearts? I'm saying, hey, I really like your video. I'm interacting. I can also ask questions on this. Now, this is pre-recorded, so they wouldn't respond back. But when they're live, I can have interaction.
When they're driving the plane, oh, good.
Probably not the best time to do that, okay?
They must have a purpose.
But as an example, hey, wouldn't you like to have that feeling being in the cockpit of a plane?
Well, there is a time not to use it. People, when you're drunk and you're driving, people have done that. They've got arrested for that now.
Yeah.
They have what?
They use the Periscope data to
Find them.
prosecute them.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a
They're stupid enough to use Periscope, be driving and admit they're drinking and driving.
And committing
The
armed
cops
robbery
watch-
and
the
stuff.
cops
stuff
watch
like
that.
You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everything can be abused.
Yeah.
You can drink too much water and drown to death, right? You can drink too much alcohol and die of alcohol poisoning. You can drive a car that's supposed to be driving 55 and 75 miles on the freeway, drive 90 and die. So I'm not saying,
The videos expire in 24 hours. So
Yes.
this is strictly for
Well,
real time.
this is real time. So now, for instance, as an example, if you just got a listing and you want to get it out right now and get some video, bang, hey, do you mind if I put you online right now? Well, gosh, no, I don't mind at all. We're going to get you out right now. Now you do a walk through the home as it is, and you turn your camera around, whether it's an iPad or an iPhone or whatever phone you have that has a camera on it, and you do that walkthrough. It's good for 24 hours on that platform. But here's the cool thing. You can download it, and you can save it and use it anytime you want.
I see.
So they just say, hey, every 24 hours, we're cleaning out all the videos we have
I see.
because we have storage spaces, because video takes a lot of storage space.
Sure, yeah.
But then you can download it. Guess what? Now you can share it on Facebook. You can put it on Twitter. You can put it on your website. You can share it on the company website. Hey, here's a new listing we just got. And you're constantly fresh, unique, and relevant.
You know what I've noticed about trying, because I've tried to shoot some stuff with my video camera in a house, and unless you've got some really nice lighting, it's dark.
Yeah, and not all of them will have this, but you can go to manual settings and you can go to aperture and you can open up that lens, if you will, and let a lot more light in. We face this all the time. We'll go to someplace, even with lighting sometimes it's really dark and we need more lighting, especially when we put white behind people, like we'll put a background on it. We want to make that background explode. So we'll open it up so that's really bright white, so I don't have to iron it, right? In case there's wrinkles, it won't show up. And so then we'll just open that up. If you just put it on automatic, it'll do its best, but sometimes we need to do better.
Yeah.
So if you go to manual settings, you can usually adjust that.
Oh,
Okay.
and also what I'm getting from this for your business is that if they haven't decided to list with you, you can show them this is part of your services,
You bet.
and they're gonna get all excited
Yeah,
about it.
I don't have any listings yet. I've had some sales, but no listings. And
No,
I've been
Even
housing,
better.
I've been housing a beautiful home, and I've been wanting to do something like this with them.
yeah, this is
But I
gonna
just couldn't
convince
afford to
them.
bring in a crew to do it, you know?
Yeah.
No.
You know, you could put up there as an example the 3 reasons why they should hire you, or it could be 10 reasons after today. 10 reasons why they should hire you to sell their home.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
And
you're
that
on
was
the
why-
cutting
That was why I was
right.
gonna do it, is so that I could show potential sellers what I could do for them.
You bet. Okay. You can generate a fan base of followers. Like there's some people. Andrew, you have a pretty good list of followers on Periscope, don't you?
On Periscope, yeah.
12, 1,500, or is it more than that?
It's about 800, 900, I think.
900 people.
What is this business?
He does online autopilot. It's called Autopilot Your Business. And so if you need, do you do websites now or no?
Yeah, not so much, but anything
Sure.
to do with websites. If you want to make money from your website and your online stuff, then that's what we do. Help you make money online while you sleep.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
So he has 800 or 900 people. So here's the cool thing. There's a thing called push notifications. Are you familiar with that term?
I've heard of it, but couldn't tell you what it is, but I've
Yeah.
heard of it.
Let's say, for instance, I'm one of those followers on Andrew's account, and Andrew decides to do a video. It would send a little pop-up and said, hey, Andy Mack is about ready to do a Periscope. Ooh, I want to go watch him, right? So it would almost like saying, hey, instead of running an ad newspaper that you're doing an open house, bang, it tells everybody who's following you, you're about ready to do an open house on a new home in Rancho Mirage that's 3,800 square feet or whatever, right? And so it's doing the work for you. It allows you to be the realtor. It allows you to be the agent that property owner deserves to have, right? So it's good to have some followers on there you think that might be good prospects. Okay, be consistent. Like I was at a friend of mine. There was a function. I don't know if you guys probably went. Lynn, you probably went. It was at the Hard Rock over the weekend.
No, I didn't get that.
BB Ingle. He does
Oh, I
these
know.
big productions.
Oh, big time.
And he did on Friday and Saturday night. Well, one of our friends, a mutual friend, she was running this Periscope for him. She was behind the camera, and she was one of the 2 people doing this. So they did their first time ever live Periscope for one of their big events. They had like 3,000 people there. So they were up there doing that, and they were engaging. So they walked around, hey, how do you like that? We're interviewing a bat. Now we're interviewing Superman. Now we're doing, whatever, Catwoman. And it just kept everybody engaged. And so when we're, we're tooling along on there and we're looking at all the people that are doing Periscope, we might check that out and say, wow, it looks like a lot of fun.
Is Periscope always live?
No, it is live at the moment. And when I'm done, then it will archive and it'll show you who has had a video made in the last 24 hours. Hour 25, it goes away. Okay, so it shows.
But what I'm saying is, maybe I have this live event and it's great, except I just got to cut out a couple things.
Yeah.
Can you do that in Periscope?
No, I mean you can't after
You mean edit?
you can edit the video afterwards. Sure.
You can save the video to your photo roll
Uh-huh.
on your computer, and then you can put it through some editing software and take them out if you want to. But while it's live, it's exactly as it happens.
So in other words, all Periscope is live to start with.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
But you can save it, so.
And here's the
You
fun.
can save it and edit it later.
Here's the fun part. You ever gone to the movies and you stay a little longer because they have these B rolls, the funny parts at the end, the mistakes they made?
Oh, yeah, I like.
You ever watch those?
Yeah, I like that.
Why?
Because they're the best. They're
'Cause
hysterical.
That's right.
Yeah,
You're saying, hey, these
hysterical.
people are human, right?
Yeah.
And they're enjoying that.
Yeah.
It's okay to goof up. People dig that because they're saying Helen is real. Linda is more than real, right? And so that's okay. It's
Yeah,
it's live.
that's
It's live. That's the way it is. And every time you do it, you get a little better and a little better and a little better. And then all of a sudden you have to start forcing a blooper in there, right?
Force
Because
it on?
force a blooper in there because you're not messing up anymore,
Oh.
right? Like we got to the point sometimes with the videos we do, we're like, there's no blooper reel on this. And then sometimes we'll do one day and we can't even get past the blooper. We're laughing so hard and Andrew's over here in the corner laughing. And Amy says, we're not filming today because we can't seem to get on track because we can't seem to get past our names and who we are, what we're doing. That happens. But then that's great blooper stuff. People love that. We put them on the end because then that keeps people to the end. They're looking for that, see? They're looking for that.
Almost every comment on our etiquette moments were because of the bloopers.
They love that stuff, but they remembered it. Okay. So on that Periscope, you can use it with phone or mobile device. It's free. Make as many as you want. Video is totally interactive. Make sure when people are popping up and they're coming on and saying, hey, I'm Linda from Rancho Mirage. Hey, Linda from Rancho Mirage. Comment back to them because they can hear you.
Oh, okay.
And when you see people putting their names on there, hi, hey, where are you guys from? You're forcing interaction. You're inviting interaction.
Absolutely.
Hey, Linda's from Rancho Mirage, and Amy's from Bermuda Dunes, and Helen's from Nova Scotia. Hey, cool. Whatever.
Give me some looks.
Okay. So, any questions about what we've talked about today?
That's very good.
Anything that would stop you from doing it this afternoon when you leave here?
Flip phone.
I need a haircut.
Need a haircut. You're a beautiful woman. You don't need a haircut.
That's funny. You're
Yeah.
beautiful.
Your message will overpower the haircut. I promise you. Okay. So what's holding you back
You mean from,
from just going and doing it?
I guess I need a place to do it. Or material, I need some material.
Okay, so look out there. Here's something I'm going to suggest. Look at the problems the average homeowner has in buying a home or selling a home. You can make two different videos. One about the problems, the challenges the homeowner has selling their home, and one about buying a home. Right? Make two different videos. Let the market tell you what they want. Because here's what tends to happen. You see this all the time. Ron, you see it all the time. Is somebody here at SCORE? They come in and they have this great idea, and you say, "Well, what's your market?" Crap, I don't know if anybody will buy this. It's just something I used, right? Does that ever happen, Ron? Somebody comes in here and saying, they're so excited, you're going, you don't have a market for that. Nobody's looking for it, right? If you write a book on, underwater finger painting with a black widow, probably not many people out there looking for that. There may be a few, but probably not enough to retire on, right? But there may be something else that you love to do. Well, if you look out there and find the problems and you're the solution to those problems, now you'll start popping up higher and you'll get higher ratings, higher rankings, higher readings, higher views, all that type of stuff. Okay.
Very good.
Linda, are you going to do any of this?
Oh, you know it.
Why
I'm
wouldn't
working-
you do this with all the stuff you do at the chambers? And you should be the gal who does this all the time. Just, you're invaluable. You should be indispensable.
You know that old song you're gonna hear from me?
I wish I coulda, shoulda. Yeah.
No, it's not woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm just, have taken care of my life. I'm lucky to be here.
A dear man,
That's all I can say right now.
a dear
What
man.
do you do? You're a songwriter?
I've helped write songs. I helped my father write songs and my friends, but I'm not really, I don't claim it though.
What do you do?
No, it's too much to go.
She sings a much different song. She's the connector.
I'm the connector, I'm the
She's a high-paid
promoter, I'm
connector.
the networker.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
do a lot of different things. I'm working with more schools now.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well,
I
with the
work
amount of
in
information that's in the world right now, I think connectors and people that do what you do are
I
getting more and
enjoy
more
it.
valuable.
I like to be the missing
See?
link to put it together. I really enjoy, I like all different businesses. See, that's what I like. I don't want to just do one thing.
Yeah.
So here's the
Bring
thing.
it
First of
together.
all, I want to thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
And also catch us, it'll be our final Sunrise Business Mastermind of 2015. It's next week in Desert Hot Springs. It'll be about marketing and automation. So in other words, taking some of these things and making them automated. So while you're out selling homes, you're out connecting, you're out working with kids, whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
this stuff is all happening in the background. As an example, if you followed right now, if you followed Andrew's, let's say just one of his Twitter feeds, I bet he's probably already had 2 or 3 Twitter feeds and he hasn't even messed with it. I bet we've already posted for several of our clients and we're not even there because we're doing it all automated. So if you like that idea of being able to have things happen without you being there and you know it's scheduled and you know that, hey, while you're working with a client, this other business, this other part over here, automated, is generating more leads, more sales, more contacts for you, make sure you're there. It's in Desert Hot Springs, November 10th at 8 o'clock.
What is your business?
Our
Other than,
Oh,
other
yeah,
than
tell me
giving
your business.
seminars at the score?
What we basically do is our business is focused on helping people like you, small businesses to medium-sized businesses, have a presence online, and we do it mainly through video, but we take it from all ranges. Let's say, for instance, we make a video for you. We're also going to convert that into a document. So it's going to be text, so it'll be a blog post, it'll be an audio post. We do podcasts for people. We do TV shows for people. Anything that has to do with marketing, mainly online, we're that resource. Even to the point now, we take people that, let's say, have brick and mortar businesses and they sell items, real physical items. We help them take that online and now become a year-round merchant. Let's say through Amazon. So we'll take them to Amazon, and all of a sudden, one of our clients that we have has done 9 times the business in the last 30 days and did the entire year with using some of the stuff we're doing. And it's all automated. He didn't have to do anything, really. And he's just, I think right now he's in Northern California living in his property in Northern California. His money's still happening, right? It's still happening automatically. So all those things we do. So we used to be just focused on, hey, we make a video, we put it on our website called My City Business Review, which is like the largest in the country for reviews on videos for businesses. And then we found out, we made a video for you, but you need more, right? So then we said, well, do we want to? Yes, we'll do that. Because there wasn't anybody out there doing that. Typically, when you have a video, they say, okay, here's your video. There you go. Now you just have to go learn how to market it. We always did that marketing piece for you. We got you on the first page of Google, all that stuff for you within that process. But mainly ours is online media.
And aerial video.
Oh, yes. And we do have, I keep forgetting that because we had to go through FAA certification for our drone. So we do aerial stuff. So for let's say homes, high-end homes, like we did one in 29 Palms, big ranch out there.
Oh,
So
you mean the drone?
with the drone, so we had our
Yeah.
drone out there and did aerial. You can't do that on handheld or even standing on a chair. So
No.
we,
And there's some homes that really benefit from that.
you bet.
Oh, yeah.
Like we just got a bid from somebody, they live in Fallbrook and they have a big piece of land out there they want to have it videotaped. So we put a bid on it. We'll see how it goes. But we do things like that as well. So.
Oh, excellent. So-
Yeah. So again, thank you for coming.
Thank
I hope
you.
you'll join us again. I want to thank also Coachella Valley Score for another great year of education, mentoring, and coaching. Let's give them a hand.
Very good.
Cool.